had our visits out here, so you might know what that means. I started a juice feast today. I didn't know I was going to start it until I started it today. I jumped on the scale this morning. It's been a while since I weighed myself. Actually, since the juice feast ended the last like a week or two ago. And I noticed that I gained like 3 pounds, and I know not to go by the scale that much. I really don't take it that seriously. But I was just like, no way. Okay, I don't even want to maintain. I want to lose. So I just said, okay, I'm going on juice feast today, period. But that's not the only reason. I just noticed that, you know, I do have energy and everything. I do feel good. But when I'm on the juice feast, I just feel so much, such a higher vibration in my energy. So I want to talk to you about that a little bit today. You know I'm always talking about energy. And knowing that, I've mentioned this a few times in my other videos, that the universe thinks whatever we think. The universe mimics whatever we're mimicking in our head. So what is the universe thinking about your world right now? What have you been thinking about? Have your thoughts been supportive of your path, of your goals, of your dreams and desires? Or has your path been sort of up and down, kind of dreaming about things and then going into fear, dreaming about things, going into fear? Every time you go back and forth like that, it's like you start over again when you start dreaming again, instead of building that energy and keeping it consistent. But what it's relating to me, this whole thing about the energy and the fluctuations up and down, it can have a lot to do with everything. It can have to do with your surroundings, with the people that are around you, and the food you're eating. So, when you think about what you're eating, think of the vibration that food is putting into your cells. That's creating you as a physical being, but also as an energetic being. Everything you eat affects you. So if you were eating meat that, was it in a regular old slaughterhouse, or chickens that really don't get treated well, they've got trauma energy, they've got fear energy big time. They might be sick, they might be just pumped with all kinds of chemicals. So not only just the nutritional value, but the energy that is carried within that meat goes into your energy. So, if you start having fearful thoughts, it could be very well that you're just picking up on the energy that you consumed. So I really want you guys to get this, that it's so important to eat the best quality foods. Like if you are going to eat meat, then get free range chickens, or do your best to get the best quality. You're still going to ingest lower vibrations by eating meats and foods that aren't high in vitality. But do the best you can if that's what you're going to eat. On the other hand, with me, I'm talking about on the juice feasting, how I feel so vibrant and energetic. And since I started, since I got off the juice feast, I really haven't felt that vibrancy and energy the way that I do when I'm juice feasting. And I buy organic vegetables and fruits, and of course some of it isn't, because I can't always find everything I need. But for the most part, I'm really good about getting vibrant, live foods. So I just noticing that my body does better on juice feasting. So anyway, I was going to do it, so I'm going back to it. Because I've also been noticing my moods kind of going up and down. Now I've got a lot going on in my life, like I'm sure everybody does. So, on top of the issues that I'm working through and the things that I know that are coming up for me, big time life changes, I've got to do what I need to do to help my energy to stay as aligned as possible. So that for me is the juice feasting way. It's really important for you to realize how different foods or different eating habits can make you feel. So if you're feeling like tired and sluggish, look at what you've done that day. Look at the people that are around you. Look at your environment. Maybe you need to spring clean. Maybe you need to clear the energy in your house. If you go back to day 1 of my 21-day juice feast, I give you a lot of ideas about how to clear the energy in your home and around you. Maybe it's about releasing toxic relationships. Because you know what? If you're living with somebody who's always stressed out, even if they didn't say that they were stressed out, you're still picking up on that energy. So, you know, you might be feeling stressed out, but it's not even yours. So that's why, you know, all those techniques that I taught you during the last juice piece about neutral separation of your energy and cutting cords, it's always so important to just go back to those basics. And do that, because you could be very well picking up on somebody else's stresses and fears, and they're not even yours, and here you are worrying about them. So basically doing the best you can to stay as aligned and clean energetically, and your surroundings and food-wise, to really help you to stay aligned and focused on your dreams and desires, so you don't have those waves going up and down and up and down and up and down. Because when that happens, every time you spike down, it takes so much energy to go back up, and then you're starting all over again with whatever you're manifesting or creating for your life. So really, that's all I wanted to talk to you about, I guess. I feel tired today, and like I said, it can be just several factors. And one thing I've been doing recently is purging a lot of my stuff. I really want to purge down to pretty much nothing. I have so many beautiful things and wonderful things that I love. Like, I'm not a big collector or any clutter person. If you came to my house, I have a beautiful home, and everything's really nicely organized and everything, except don't look at my desk. But I have wonderful books and crystals and instruments, and you know, I just love those things, and they're nothing big or expensive or anything. I mean, the crystals of course can be pricey, but they're just things that help me with my growth and my spirituality and my learning. But I really am purging, and I'm getting rid of pretty much everything. I emptied my bookshelves the other day. I got about over 3/4 of my books put in boxes, and that was a big deal for me. And the last books that were left, I was like, oh, you know, I'll just keep these. But I'm like, okay, you're going to nothing. Why are you keeping these books? You know, can you live without them? And so the next day I went in there and I looked and I said, okay, what books would I absolutely positively keep? And I narrowed it down to about 5 books. So, you know, when you do a clearing like that, it really affects your energy too. It affects you emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, really in all ways. It's when you're clearing from you, because the more things you have, the more energetic space you have to hold for those things. So when you start clearing things, you're just like releasing stuff out of your energy. And so when you do a big clearing, it's like you dump a big clearing. But what happens is now you're creating that space, that void, that vacuum to now bring in better to you, to bring in the things you dream and desire. Because when you are dreaming and desiring things, you have to open the space to do so. So that's been a big deal for me, and I'm telling you, it's made me feel tired and a little bit headachy. I also feel so sensitive to foods, and I feel like some of the fruits and vegetables that are not organic, I feel like that I can really feel how the toxins make me headachy. The toxins, the pesticides. I'm really feeling that's what it is, because every time, and I believe it's strawberries. Got a whole, I don't know why, I've just been like craving strawberries like crazy, and I'm really not like that. But you know, I go with my cravings of what's wrong with strawberries. But the last batch were not organic, and I had a whole bunch of strawberries and just eating them like crazy. and I really was getting that the pesticides on them are doing something to me energetically and physically, the headaches. So anyway, I'm just here to raise some awareness, to put out some things to think about, apply it to your life and see where maybe you can find some answers to help you. And so I'm on my juice feast, day one. Big deal. It's not really a big deal. I mean, I've been doing it anyway, and honestly, I'm enjoying a few of the recipes I made, but I can do without it. So anyway, this is Cindy, just checking in with you, keeping you up to date with what's going on. Check your life, check your energy, check your ups and downs, and see where you can improve. Small steps. Just take small steps and improve as you can. And you can only do your best. And I always say that your best is always good enough. See you guys tomorrow. Ciao.